fingers on the buttons, listen very closely, away we go.
You're absolutely right.
I had a smashing time, but that's another story.
I'm cock-a-hoop.
Fingers on the buzzers.
And welcome to another edition of Ask Me Another.
It's nail-biting stuff.
Starting now.
Quite simply, a legend. Arrange to have a little fun.
Ready, steady, go.
Didn't they do well? Yes!
Thank you very much indeed. You're very kind. You're very, very kind. Well, now, since I've been back at the BBC, I've had so many offers. Channel 4 want me to go on Channel 5. Channel 5 want me to go on Channel 3. And Sky want me on the web. As long as they can find a big enough spider. Anyway, but I've got to be loyal. And BBC One have me on an option. Which has just run out. Anyway, welcome to Didn't They Do Well? And I hope I'll be saying that at the end of the show. Now, it's a quiz, and we find out how the contestants of today measure up to the quizmasters and the contestants of the past. Tonight we have 3 teams of 2, but only one couple will play for a prize of up to £32,000. Wow! Now then, will they do well? Let's meet the teams. There you are. Hello, and good luck to you all. It's nice to quiz you. Good. And you are?
My name's Nick. I'm in the Royal Air Force.
Oh, the Royal Air Force. Oh, yes, and
I'm
you?
Steve, and I work with Nick.
Oh, jolly good. What's your favourite TV show, Nick?
Oh, it's got to be Only False Analysis.
I hear you do an impression from the show. Who do you do?
It's Boise.
Go on, then, go on.
We're having a lovely holiday. Del and Rodney turn up, and people start shooting at us.
Very good, very good. Anyway, Nick and Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Lovely. Now then, hello there. And it's Duncan Herriot and...
Peter Stafford.
Peter Stafford, I see. And what do you do?
I'm a school improvement advisor, Bruce.
Have you ever had any trouble in a classroom at all?
There have been 1 or 2 incidents, yeah.
Yes.
Rushing in one day from the sports field, hadn't got myself dressed properly and realised halfway through that the girls at the front had rather a good view through my flies, which were undone.
Oh, you had your flies undone?
Yes.
But at least you got the class's attention.
True.
Funnily enough, I often do that with an audience, you know. Right. Sometimes it's the biggest laugh of the night, sometimes it's the only laugh of the night. Anyway, welcome to the show. It wasn't such an ordeal, was it? Now then, why have they put you ladies at the end? You are?
My name's Annie.
Annie and...
Chris.
And what do you both do?
I work for a theatre company.
So you must have met lots of famous people?
When I was doing my work experience, I was at the London Palladium.
Oh.
On Joseph.
Yes.
Philip Schofield was the star at the time, and I did catch quite a few glimpses of him backstage in his jockstrap.
In his jockstrap?
Yes,
oh.
So I treasure that memory.
Yes, of course, yeah. Was he top of the bill, or was he just a support? OK, it's time for round 1. In a moment, you will see 9 quizmasters on the video wall. All you have to do is choose one of them, and they will ask you a question. If you get it right, you will get 1 point. And what do points make? Progress, yes. Right, here are the quizmasters. Choose a quizmaster, Steve and Nick.
How about Mike up the top there? Mike Reid.
The year was 1984. The show was Pop Quiz.
Born to Run was an album by whom?
No idea on that.
Having a clue? Do you want to have a guess? Quick guess?
Go on. Status Quo.
Let's see if you're right.
Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen, yes, right.
I would have thought you, the young lads, would have known that. But there we are. It's not all over, don't worry. OK, now, Duncan and Peter, choose a quizmaster.
Who do you
Somebody from my youth.
Somebody from your youth?
Jeffrey Wheeler, then, Bruce.
That really is going back. The year was 1974, and the show was top of the form.
very closely. Away we go.
Who was the Prime Minister of the first Labour government?
It was Keir Hardie.
You can't make a phone call.
No.
Ramsay MacDonald, Bruce.
Ramsay MacDonald. Okay, let's see if you're right.
And that's John Page Darlington?
Ramsay MacDonald.
It was. 2 marks.
I say! Yeah, well done. I really thought you had that. You've got a point. Well done indeed. Right now, Annie and Chris, choose a quizmaster.
Who should we have, Annie? Oh, let's have Keith. Keith Fordyce, I think.
Keith Fordyce. Year is 1968. We're really going back a bit. The show was called Quiz Time, Gentlemen Please.
And good evening from a very packed saloon bar, which this programme is coming to you live. This final of Quiz Time, Gentlemen Please. Which player scored 3 of England's goals in the 1966 World Cup final against West Germany?
Jeff Hurst? Yeah, I'm happy to. I would have Jeff Hurst. Said
You going with it?
Yeah.
Yes? Let's see if you're right.
Jeff Hurst.
Right, yes.
Wow! How about that? Well done, Chris. There we are. A quiz show in a pub. Can you believe that? Some people get all the luck. Anyway, did you enjoy that round?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do it again. Let's do it again. But this time, there are only 6 quizmasters left. So now every correct answer is worth 2 points, everyone. Choose a quizmaster. Steve and Nick.
Go for it, Steve.
Robin Ray.
Robin Ray, yes, at the top there. 1982 was the year, and it was called Film Buff of the Year.
Roger Moore took over the part of James Bond from Sean Connery. What was the title of Moore's first film as the character?
James Bond.
Was he Moonraker or something? Can't
I'm not Bond fan.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, go for it.
Moonraker.
Yeah. Let's see if you're right.
Live and Let Die. Yes, 2 marks.
Live and Let Die. Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. No points at all. All right, Duncan and Peter, choose a quizmaster. You've got 5 left.
Well, David Vine looks a bit like me when I was younger, so let's...
Does he really? Yeah. The year was 1966, and the show was called Quiz Ball.
This is a general knowledge knockout competition. Don't be frightened off by that name, general knowledge. We're not going to have a big egghead quiz here tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. Here's the question. You're all ready. Nimbus, cirrus, and cumulus are types of what?
I think as teachers, if we got this wrong, Bruce, we'd be shot.
Clouds.
Clouds?
Yeah.
OK, let's see if you're right.
Types of cloud formation. They are types of cloud formation. That's the goal.
Well done, Duncan and Peter. 2 points. Well done indeed. You've now got 3 points. That's wonderful. OK, ladies, we're ready for you. Which quizmaster would you like?
I think we should get the best glasses. Robert Robinson.
Robert Robinson. The year was 1981, and Ask the Family.
Hello. Once again, we've got a couple of families who don't mind having their wits submitted to public scrutiny. Which African animal has a Dutch name meaning earth pig?
I think it's aardvark.
Earth pig.
I think it might be warthog or... No, I think aardvark. Yes, that's definitely Dutch sounding.
Aardvark?
Aardvark.
Yes, aardvark. Right. Let's see if you're right.
Aardvark.
Aardvark is right.
Well done indeed. Absolutely marvellous. To see where we are. And Nick and Steve, unfortunately, 0. But Duncan and Peter have 3, and Annie and Chris have 3. Well. Ready for round 2, with £32,000 up for grabs. Later in the show, things get more serious. But it's a little bit serious right now because the couple with the lowest score at the end of this round will get the big E. So we always start with the lowest team first here, so you have first chance at it. I'm going to show you 4 categories, and you have to choose one of them. Here are the 4 categories: sport, politics, music, and art.
I think music.
You reckon music?
Yeah.
You're going with music. I want you to name all 5 of these glam rock bands. There is 1 point for each correct answer. Plus, there will be a Brucey bonus, where I go, my bonuses go, worth 3 points. Here are your famous 5. accept 5 answers, so have a little conference before each name if you like.
You happy for me to crack on?
Yes.
Wizard.
Wizard is wizard up there. Yes, 1 point. Good, you're off the mark. What else?
Mud.
Yes, mud is there. Another one?
The sweet.
Yes, good. 3 out of 5, 2 more to go.
Slade.
Yes, good. 4 out of 5. A bit stuck for the last one, yes?
T-Rex.
Yes! Well done. What a comeback. What a comeback. Now for that extra 3 points. Here is your bonus question. A member of which of these 5 bands co-wrote Kylie's hit, Can't Get You Out of My Head?
Right.
Which one?
It's not T-Rex. I don't know, it's going to be something like Noddy Holder, isn't it? I really haven't got a clue. What are you going for? What do you reckon?
You go for it, Matt.
Noddy Holder.
OK, let's see if you're right. It was Rob Davis from Mud. At least you're off the mark now with 5 points. Let's see what happens now, OK? Good. You have 3 categories left.
Go on, let's risk sport.
We're a risk sport.
You're going to risk sport. I want you to name all 5 of these darts players. I knew you'd like that. All right, now here are your famous 5.
1 dart to go. Yes, double top.
Games are on the third.
Who did you recognise?
Go on.
For it. Go on then.
I know you
John
know
Lowe.
these.
Yes. Good start. Yes.
Phil Taylor.
Phil Taylor. Yes. Very good.
Eric Bristow.
Yes.
It's the only one I know.
Bobby George.
Yes. Only one more? Well, for something you didn't know anything about, you've surprised yourself. Right, so what's it going to be? Last one?
Jockey Wilson. Go on, you go for it.
Go on, we'll go for Jockey Wilson.
Yes! Well, it's not over yet. You've gone up to 8 points, which is wonderful. Here comes your bonus question. Which of these darts players usually enters the arena carrying a candelabra?
We're going to say Bobby George.
There's a Liberace look.
OK, there's a Liberace look about him. Let's see if you're right.
Will you please welcome Bobby Jones?
How about that? Well done. Well done indeed. Full marks. That's taken you up to 11. Quite something. Now then, Annie and Chris, you choose a category.
Well, should we go for art?
I think so.
Okay.
You're going to go for art.
For art.
I want you to name all 5 of these artists. OK? Here are your famous 5.
What's this supposed to be? A painting, you dozy devil.
Don't tell anyone. It is easy.
Now then.
Rolf Harris is the first choice.
Is Rolf Harris up there? Yes, he is. Another one?
Dali, second. Salvador.
Salvador Dali. Yes, Salvador Dali is right. OK.
Tracy Emin. We think Tracy Emin.
Tracy Emin. Yes, she is.
Picasso.
Yes, very good.
I think it's Damien Hirst.
Yes. That really is good. And now for those extra 3 points, you could be level there with Peter and Duncan. So, which of these artists painted the international sign for peace?
I think it was Picasso, but I don't know why I think
I wouldn't think it's Rolf Harris, so... Should we go for Picasso? I haven't got... I don't think it's anyone
Yeah,
else.
we'll go for Picasso.
You'll go, yeah. OK, let's see if you're right.
The artist is, of course, Pablo Picasso. Painter, sculptor, celebrity.
That was really bad of us, yeah, because you thought you'd lost it with Ralph, but actually it was Picasso. So, recapping the scores, Nick and Steve only 5, but level at 11 points each, Duncan and Peter and Annie and Chris. Which means we say goodbye to you, Steve and Nick. Sorry about that. But, you know, thanks for playing Didn't They Do Well, but didn't you do badly? The impression was marvellous, it really was. So thanks for being with us. Thanks for being with us. OK, you four, come down here. Congratulations. One of you teams is just one round away from a possible £32,000. Wow! What a wow. Yeah, let's play the decider. Up there are 6 famous people. Each of them will describe something different. All you have to do is work out what they're talking about. The faster you buzz in, the more points you score. All right? First up is Sue Lawley. Now, who is Sue Lawley introducing?
A man who established his name with film biographies of Elgar, Delius, Debussy, Bartók, a host of other composers. Always determined not to be dull, he went on to delight and outrage the public with feature films such as The Music Lovers and Women in Love. In his time, he's entertained us with nuns, nymphomaniacs and Nazis.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone. OK, let's confirm who it was. Thank you, Sue.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the very shocking Ken Russell.
So, no points. Next up, it is Johnny Ball. What alternative medicine is Johnny describing?
It was only 100 years ago that people used to believe that every bump on your head meant...
Right, for 9 points. Your answer is?
Phrenology.
Correct. Confirm, please.
The art of reading bumps is called phrenology.
Well done. What a good start there. Good. Well, Chrissy and Annie, watch these two. OK. Next, it's Michael Parkinson. Who is Michael Parkinson introducing?
My first guest is an international sporting star. Up until recently, he seemed to have the world at his feet. He'd become one of the few cricketers in the history of the game to score 100.
Right, for 8 points, your answer is?
Graham Gooch.
No, you're wrong. You're frozen out until they answer. OK, keep watching, and who is it?
He was likely captain of his country and captain of his county.
Right, for 7 points, your answer is?
Botham.
Botham, you're wrong. You're frozen out until these answer. Annie and Chris, who is it he's introduced?
And then his world started falling apart. Firstly, England's selectors, in their infinite wisdom, decided that he should not be vice-captain on the forthcoming trip.
Right, for 4 points, your answer is?
David Gower.
No, David Gower, you're wrong. You're frozen out until they answer. Keep watching,
That was bad enough, but nothing to what happened a few days ago when the Yorkshire Committee dismissed him as captain of Yorkshire.
Right, for 2 points.
Jeff Boycott.
Jeff Boycott, you're correct. Confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Geoffrey Boycott?
Confirmation. There we are. So you're 22 points to Duncan and Peter. Annie and Chrissy, you trail with 11 points. OK? Next one up is John Craven. What I want to know is, where is John Craven?
A lump of granite 3 miles long and half a mile wide, which rises...
Right, for 9 points, your answer is?
Lundy.
Correct. You're correct. You're correct. Please confirm.
Today's programme comes from the little island of Lundy off the coast of North Devon.
Very good, very good. Lundy, that was so quick. How did you get Lundy?
It's in the West Country. Had to go for it.
Well, that's good. That's good. What does that make the scores? Yes, Duncan and Peter are 22, Annie and Chris are now 20. So the next up is Margaret Thatcher. Who is Margaret Thatcher describing?
Typical of so many of our great people.
very ordinary background. Father ran a smithy. Son had virtually no education. This man who did so much in the discovery of electricity...
Your answer for 6 points is...
Michael Faraday.
You're correct. Confirmed.
I chose Michael Faraday. Why? I admired his total fascination with the subject.
OK. A little lead there, 28 points, plays Annie and Chris at 20. OK, and finally, this is the last one. It's Sister Wendy. What I want to know is, where is Sister Wendy? Right, that was quick. For 10 points, your answer is?
Florence.
Yes, correct. Well done. Please confirm.
The city of Florence, possibly the most important city in the story of painting.
Well, that was amazing, so quick, Chris. I mean, Florence, how did you know it was Florence like that?
I didn't really, but I just had to take the guess, and I thought I recognised the building.
That was a guess? Well, that was amazing, because look what it's done to your score. Duncan and Peter, 28, and Annie and Chrissy right on the bell there. That was amazing. 30 points. And they look so sweet, don't they? You didn't think they could do anything so evil as that, the naughty girls, which means we're forced to say farewell to you, Duncan and Peter. It was a great fight, but thank you for being with us. OK, thank you so much. OK. Well, you two, you're to be reckoned with. OK, you've seen off the competition. Now it's time to play for that £32,000. Come along. This is it, round 4. Who stands between you and that £32,000? Let's release those quizmasters. This is what you have to do. Working clockwise, you must correctly answer a question from each quizmaster. Every correct answer puts cash in the accumulator in the middle there. Defeat all the quizmasters and you could win £32,000. However, you can only win the money you've accumulated by answering one final question. Simple, except you've only got 90 seconds to do it. Run out of time and you go home with nothing. Are you ready to win £32,000?
Yes.
Then it's time to make it pay on Didn't They Do Well? Here comes the first question for £500. Start the clock.
In which city did Sir Stephen Redgrave win his first Olympic gold medal?
Oxford, same thing. Oxford.
Wrong. The answer was Los Angeles. Next question, please.
Which composer wrote the famous classical work, The Planets?
Holst.
Holst, you're correct. Stop the clock. Good. You're off to a good start. You now have £500 in the accumulator. OK? So a £1,000 question coming up right now.
Who played the title role in the 1999 remake of the Thomas Crown Affair?
Pierce Brosnan.
Correct. Stop the clock. You now have £1,500, OK, in your accumulator, and you have a £1,500 question coming along, and you have 65 seconds left. Here's your question.
By what name are the Pope's bodyguard known?
The Vatican Guard.
No, wrong. It's the Swiss Guard. Next question.
How many daughters did Shakespeare's King Lear have?
3.
Correct. Stop the clock. So now you have, see up there, £3,000. Let me remind you, it's not yours until you have that final accumulator question. Here comes the £2,000 question.
While iron rusts and copper corrodes, what does silver do?
Tarnishes.
Yes, correct. Stop the clock. Very good. Very good indeed. You now have £5,000. Now then, do you want to try for that cash or build up your stash?
Should we go for another one?
We'll build up, please.
You want to build up. Next question, please, for £3,000.
How many African countries does the equator pass through?
5, 7, say anything. 7.
No, you're wrong. The correct answer is 6. Next question, please.
Who were Argentina playing against in the 1966 World Cup when their captain was sent off?
England.
England. Stop the clock. You're correct. Lovely. You've now got £8,000, OK, and you have 30 seconds left. You can have a little think about this.
Oh, should we just go for it then?
Up to you.
So what's your decision?
It's up to Annie.
Do you want to toss for it?
We'll take on Magnus.
You want to have a go with Magnus? Right, OK, you're going on?
Yes.
A £5,000 question from Magnus Magnusson.
What is the first sign of the zodiac?
Aries.
Correct! Stop the clock! 27 seconds you've got left, and you have a 7,000 question coming up if you feel like it. So...
We're not going to chance our luck anymore.
You're not going to trust your luck anymore?
No, we go for the accumulator.
You don't want to chance your luck, you're going for the accumulator. It's probably a good decision, and probably very, very wise. You have £13,000 in the accumulator. Remember, it's not your money yet. You have to answer one final question from one of these 3 categories. The categories are film, geography, and sport.
We definitely don't want the sport.
You definitely don't want the sport,
No.
OK.
Film or geography?
You can make the decision
No,
this
I don't
time.
want to make a decision.
We'll
So-
go for geography.
You go for geography? Answer this question correctly and you win £13,000. Get it wrong or run out of time and you lose the lot. You have 27 seconds left and the clock won't start until you've heard the entire question. You can discuss it, but I can only accept one clear answer. Here's the accumulator question.
Where would you be if any direction that you walked was north?
South Pole. The South Pole. The South Pole.
South Pole. Stop the clock for £13,000. Let's hope and let's see if you're right.
The South Pole. Correct.
I'm so glad you won. Yeah. Well, well done. And my thanks, my deep thanks to you. You've been lovely contestants, Annie and Chris, and all the other contestants, especially all the quiz masters of the past. Didn't they do well? And I must admit, I couldn't do the show without them. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you. And good night.
And Brucey's back at 7 next Thursday, here on BBC One.